everyone, and welcome back to English Seedlings, the channel where we explore small changes for a bigger life. I'm your host, Alex. You know, we often think that to change our lives, we need to make a massive, sweeping gesture. We need to quit our job, move across the country, or completely reinvent ourselves overnight. But what if the real secret to a transformed life isn't one big leap, but a series of small, consistent steps? Today we're talking about habits. Not the boring make your bed kind, though that's great too, but the specific powerful routines that real people have told us fundamentally shifted their trajectory. These are the habits that improved health, created boundaries, and brought back a sense of control. We've gathered stories from our community, and we're breaking down 5 of the most powerful ones. First up, a habit for anyone who feels overwhelmed by clutter and admin. This is the one-touch rule, suggested by a listener named Ben. The rule is simple. Whenever you encounter a small task, you do it immediately. If you take off your clothes, you put them in the hamper. You don't leave them on the chair. If you open a bill, you pay it or file it. You don't leave it on the counter. If you finish a coffee, you wash the mug. Ben said this habit eliminated the low-grade psychic weight of 100 tiny, unfinished tasks. His physical space became clearer, which made his mental space feel clearer. He stopped wasting mental energy remembering to do things later and freed up that bandwidth for more important decisions. So the takeaway is small tasks, left undone, create mental clutter. The one-touch rule is a powerful way to maintain momentum and reduce background stress throughout your day. Our second life-changing habit comes from a guy named Mark. Mark felt like he never had time to learn new things or exercise. He was stuck in the busy trap. His solution? He combined 2 activities. He committed to a 30-minute walk every day, but with a rule. He could only listen to podcasts or audiobooks related to a skill he wanted to learn or a topic that inspired him. No music, no random scrolling, just focused input. Within a few months, Mark wasn't just in better shape physically. He'd finished several books on personal finance, started understanding investing, and learned the basics of a new language. He told us, "I went from feeling stagnant to feeling like I was actively growing, every single day." That 30-minute walk became the most productive and enriching part of my routine. Habit stacking is incredibly powerful. Pair something you should do with something you want to do, and watch the compound interest in your personal growth increase. This next habit is a game changer for your time, energy, and peace of mind. We're calling it the no default, and it comes from a listener named Chloe. Chloe was a self-proclaimed people pleaser. She said yes to every request, every committee, every extra project, until she was completely burned out and resentful. Her life-changing habit was to make, "Let me check my calendar and get back to you," her automatic response to any request. This simple pause broke her knee-jerk yes reaction. In that pause, she would ask herself, "Is this aligned with my goals? Do I have the energy for this? Do I genuinely want to do it?" Learning to say no, she said, wasn't about being rude. It was about being respectful of her own time and priorities. It allowed her to pour her best energy into the things that truly mattered, and her relationships actually improved because she was showing up more present and less resentful. Therefore, no is a complete sentence. Making "I'll get back to you" your default response gives you the power to choose a deliberate yes instead of an obligatory one. Habit number 4 tackles a huge one: diet. But we're not talking about a restrictive, miserable diet. This is about one simple shift that listener David called his protein anchor. David used to crash every afternoon. He'd eat a carb-heavy lunch, a sandwich, a bag of chips, and by 3 p.m. he was foggy, tired, and reaching for sugary snacks. He felt like he had no control over his energy levels. His change was simple. He made a conscious effort to include a source of protein in every single meal. For breakfast, that might mean adding Greek yogurt or eggs instead of just toast. For lunch, adding grilled chicken to his salad or having a lentil soup. The effect was dramatic. His afternoon crashes vanished. He felt fuller for longer, his cravings reduced, and he had steady energy throughout the day. He told us, "I wasn't trying to overhaul everything. I just anchored each meal with protein. It stabilized my blood sugar and my mood, and that one change made healthy choices for the rest of the day so much easier." Hence, don't think diet. Think adjustment. Anchoring your meals with protein is a single, powerful lever you can pull for more stable energy and fewer cravings. Finally, a habit you've probably heard of, but the stories behind it are so compelling. We're calling it the digital sunset. Listener Maria implemented a hard rule. No screens, no phone, no laptop, no TV for 1 hour before bed. She said the first few nights were difficult. She'd fidget, feel bored, almost experience withdrawal. But she replaced that time with old-school activities, reading a physical book, tidying up her room, or just sipping tea and thinking. The changes were profound. Her sleep quality improved almost instantly. She fell asleep faster and woke up feeling more rested. But the bigger benefit was mental. She said, "I didn't realize how much the day's last emotion was being dictated by a stressful work email or a depressing news headline. Taking that hour back gave my brain a chance to unwind and process the day on my terms." So the takeaway is, protect your pre-sleep mind. A digital sunset isn't a punishment. It's a gift of peace you give to your future self. So let's do a quick recap of these 5 life-changing habits. The one-touch rule to conquer daily chaos. The walk and listen combo for compound growth. The no default to protect your time and energy. The protein anchor for stable energy and health. The digital sunset for restorative sleep. They are small, deliberate practices that, over time, built a new foundation for a better life. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, a better life isn't about one perfect day. It's about a few good habits, repeated day after day. Until next time, keep upgrading. See you next time.